In January of 2013, a 21-year-old college student named Elisa Lam checked into a hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She was traveling alone, documenting her trip online, and by all accounts, she seemed excited, independent, and ready for adventure. But just a few days later, Elisa would vanish. And what happened next would become one of the most unsettling and debated mysteries on the internet. This is the story of Elisa Lam. Welcome to Where the Trail Ends, where we follow the story until it disappears. Elisa Lam arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013. She was staying at the Cecil Hotel, a place already known for its dark history. Over the years, the hotel had been linked to crime, violence, and even serial killers. But Elisa didn't know that. To her, it was just a place to stay while she explored the city. At first, everything seemed normal. She checked in, shared a room with other travelers, and kept in touch with her family back in Canada. But within days, something changed. Hotel staff later reported that Elisa began acting strangely. Her roommates complained about her behavior, saying she was leaving notes and acting erratically. Because of this, she was moved into a private room. But no one could have predicted what would happen next. On January 31st, Elisa Lam disappeared. She stopped contacting her family, which was completely out of character. Her parents became concerned almost immediately. They contacted authorities, and a search began. Police searched the hotel, checked her room, and even brought in canine units, but there was no sign of Elisa. It was like she had completely vanished. Then, nearly 2 weeks later, police released a piece of surveillance footage that would change everything. The video came from inside one of the hotel elevators, and what it showed made no sense. Elisa is seen entering the elevator. She presses multiple buttons, then steps back into the corner. She looks out into the hallway as if someone is there, but no one can be seen. She begins moving in a way that many described as unnatural. Her hands move oddly. She steps in and out of the elevator. At one point, she hides in the corner, almost like she's trying not to be seen. Then she walks out, and the elevator doors remain open the entire time, as if something is preventing them from closing. To this day, no one has been able to fully explain what was happening in that video. Was she scared? Was she hiding from someone? Or was something else going on? As the video spread online, theories exploded. Some believed Elisa was being followed. Others thought she was experiencing a mental health episode. And some even believed the hotel itself had something to do with it. Meanwhile, guests at the Cecil Hotel began complaining. They said the water pressure was low, the water had a strange color, and worst of all, it had a terrible taste. On February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa disappeared, a maintenance worker made a horrifying discovery. Elisa Lam's body was found inside one of the hotel's rooftop water tanks. The tank was large, sealed, and located on top of the building. To get there, you had to access a restricted area, and somehow, Elisa had ended up inside. The discovery raised more questions than answers. How did she get up there? Why would she climb into a water tank? And if she did, how was the lid closed behind her? Police investigated every angle. They looked for signs of foul play and checked for evidence of a struggle, but nothing was found. The official ruling was accidental drowning. Authorities suggested that Elisa may have been experiencing a mental health crisis, noting that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and may not have been taking her medication consistently. But for many people, that explanation didn't feel complete. The elevator footage still didn't make sense. Access to the roof was supposed to be restricted, and the idea that she could climb into the tank and not be able to get out raised serious doubts. Over the years, countless theories have emerged. Some believe she was being chased, others think someone else was involved, and some point to the strange history of the Cecil Hotel itself. But despite all the speculation, no definitive answers have ever been found. Today, Elisa Lam's case remains one of the most mysterious and unsettling disappearances in recent history. A young woman traveling alone, captured in her final moments on camera, acting in a way no one can fully explain. Was she afraid? Was she alone? Or was there something more to this story that we still don't understand? Thank you for watching. This is where the trail ends.